Next up, we have the sprite font class. So we have a few using keywords so that we can just make things easier on ourselves. We have a map for all keys and glyphs, so that if the user hands us, okay, I want, you know, whatever the sprite is for the letter A, then we could say, okay, so look up in the map, find that, and return it. Then these two are the ones that you handed us. We have our big four, the default constructor deletes itself. We need a path. And then we have get glyph. So moving in, I'm not going to go over this stuff because that's what you did. But when we initialize ourselves, we set our name, set our default path, and get the texture, and set the font texture to the correct texture. When we're done with everything, we obviously will go through our font map and delete all the sprites that we have because we're going to be creating new ones. So over here, you can see, okay, create the key, load it up in the manager, create the glyph, and put it in the map after setting it up correctly. Afterwards, down here, you can see that this is all just to make sure that the tab key can work. It used to be here, but taking your advice, I moved it out of the for loop. Now it's here. If there's no spacebar, it's going to crash, but oh well. So, yeah, basically we're just getting the image for the spacebar, creating a new key for the tab, and then setting it up accordingly. And then this is all stuff that you did. And then for the get glyph, we just cast a character to a C, to an int, sorry, and then get that from the font map. So that's how you make a sprite font. And the sprite string is very closely tied to that. So we have a glyph collection, which is a vector of glyphs, and we have that. Then we have our height and width, which is the height and width of the total string after everything's added in, and then where to start drawing the string at. We have our functions here, get height, get width. We have two set functions, one where you give it a new sprite font and a new string, and the other just repositions everything. And then we also have render, which is also blank. So moving in, you can see that I decided to define this just because, in case they wanted to copy a string over. Our set function, clear out all our glyphs, set everything to what they give us, and then go through and create our new string of glyphs. We only ever use pointers. We're not creating any new glyphs. So if we have an I multiple times, we're only ever going to have two pointers, but they will point to the same object. Which is why, during render, we need to set the position of the glyphs in real time, and render them at that position. And then set just changes the position X and position Y. So that is sprite strings. And that is more or less our entire engine.